Hello YouTubers and Ashe. I would like to speak with you today about essential oil versus infusion oil. Generally, when we are talking about witchcraft, there is using a lot of oils, and this is not a choice, this is a necessity, because everything we have in witchcraft, when you're first coming to the craft, you see all those options: incense, oils, brews, tinctures, and those are just the herbal options. We're not talking about the big options like making an amulet or a talisman or having a ritual made for you. But each and every one of those tools has like its precise, specific thing that we are using it for. So oils are basically preservants of both scent and herbal matter that releases itself into the universe slowly, considerably, until it fades away. Meaning, the influence of an oil starts from the moment you open the bottle until the last second in which it evaporated, and that can take days if you don't wash, a day if you do. But this is a short-term effect magic that is very precise and unique. This is why it's not something that everybody should use all the time, and because we have this thing where we learn how to make oils, we get like fixated on that, and then we continue making oils for different reasons, and most of them will get rinsed and being thrown away to the trash can because they are not specific enough. But more than that, today's witchcraft book mostly focus about blending essential oils. Now, essential oils are wonderful. I mean, they are basically an entire forest in a bottle. It's a dream come true. It's like, and you can get all sorts of things. You can get like, exotic amberette and neem oil, and oils of resins that are not available anywhere, like opoponax, and and you can experiment with a lot of diverse things, and it's wonderful. But this is a very specific, short-term, quick fix. This is basically a quick stitch, and it's not like the best magical oils could provide. The best magical oils could provide is basically the infusion oil. You take a jar, you take the herbs, you put the herbs in the jar, and you cover them with oil. And you have to wait for 3 months. And I can see you now saying, why do I have to wait for 3 months? Well, that's because of the symbology of things. The vessel, the jar, represents a womb. And the herbs and the oil represents the penis and the semen, and when you mix them together, it's like a sexual act, a magical sexual act in a jar. And after that happens, you want a child to be born out of this jar, but this child needs the pregnancy time. Now, in my tradition, this is usually 3 months. After 3 months, you could use the oil, but some oils, especially one consecrated to Orisha Oshun, need to wait 5 months, and some oils, like those of Orisha Oya, you need to prepare them and wait for them 9 months. You can use them after 3 months, but they are at their peak after 5 or 9 months, respectively. And why are those better? In many ways, because first of all, it had the time to mature. The scents mixed. Also, if you're picking your own herbs or even buying your own herbs at the market, the season in which you made them makes the smell slightly different. Different batches of oil will smell different depending on what you could get. And most of the time, oils like this are mostly sacred to a specific deity, but one could either make a completely magical oil like that, or one could make a deity specific magical oil, like this one, like the one I just showed. Okay, this is Eshu protection oil from a recipe by Sheloya. Okay, now after the oil is made, after the oil has passed 3 months, it has herbal scent. But if you want to enhance that, this is where essential oil is coming into. Okay, this is where you could mix it up a little bit. You know, if you want people to smell this on you, you might not want people to smell this. You might want to blend this with your natural odors in order to people not know that you're wearing, for instance, Queen Cleopatra oil, okay, or Van oil. Because people that understand the working that you're doing can use it against you. Now, it's not that mixing essential oil with base oil is bad or anything, but it's just not as effective. Now, you might be saying, what do you need the solution now? Well, this is why you have spells for. This is why you have candles and petitions and incense that you could mix. You know, most of those incense recipes, unlike hyphae and some of the Eshu incenses, you can make and just use. Okay, the oils need their oil pregnancy or oil incubation for them to be really, really effective. And I know this is a bit old-fashioned, but those are the best magical oils that are out there. And let me tell you about one of my favorite oils that I make. I make a fiery wall of protection oil, and I mix it vastly. I mix Eshu oil with some barrier oil that the recipe was given on the page of Crazy Boy TX, that I don't really understand why I stopped making videos. His videos were really, really, really great. Okay, mixed with some fiery wall of protection oil with the enhanced recipe of Denise Alvarado in the book Hoodoo Voodoo Spellbook. Okay, into all that I mix a drop of dragon's blood infusion oil that a very good friend of mine, a priestess of the Morrigan, has made for me, and a drop of capsicum oil that makes the entire very fiery, and 6 drops of Shango oil. You see, I have like several infusion oils that I'm making into one extremely powerful, potent, usable oil. Okay, and there is nothing like this oil. I mean, it's not about the smell, okay, because fiery wall of protection is not meant to smell nice. It smells like kerosene, okay, but it's about the energy. It creates this astral red flame that is impossible to anything that you don't want it to pass. It's like so rounded that it's perfect. Now, it has essential oils. It has the capsicum oil, but you don't have to use that. You don't have to use that, but if you're using it, it's a dressing to the original oil. It's, you have like additives. By the way, I'm going to make a few bottles of this, and I'm going to sell it in the local pagan festival, the only one we have in Israel thus far, the Mabon festival. Now, again, essential oils will give you a quick fix, but you have to be patient. You have to let your saturated oil incubate. If you don't let it incubate, okay, it will not be as effective, and just that's part of it. But this is also, part of the old witchcraft, part of, old traditional witchcraft. The old recipes are basically the best recipes. So don't be afraid to go and to look for infusion oils or try to infuse some singular herbs in oil. For instance, I have rue oil. I have taken rue, some fresh rue, and I've placed it in a jar and fill it with oil. Now, unless that herb is extremely resinous, you should probably dry the herb before you're putting it in oil. You should like spread it around on some, wiping paper and let it sit, or even you can like Google how to dry herbs in the microwave, but this might destroy some of the essential oils, so it's slightly not as recommended as just getting them naturally dry. So yes, you have to wait, but as witches you always need protection, you always need luck. Some of us use domination spells. Why don't just saturate the herbs in advance in the domination mixture? Why, why don't let them like sit there for a few months before using this as a base for the essential oils? Okay, now not only essential oils are magical, okay, because essential oils could be expensive, even though one of the shops that I really like to buy from is Natural Riches, where you can get like 100 milliliter of mule oil for $11 and free shipping from India. This shop is really great. I might add the link to down below here. And not only essentials and saturated oil are magical, some of the fragrance oils, even though not all of them are made from specific natural ingredients, well, everything is natural. Even oil which made plastic is natural, and everything could hold magical energy of some sort. So one of the useful ones is like, okay, I talked before about the oil that requires like 9 months in my opinion to reach like full maturity. But you need oil now, so you can go and search for ingredients for essential oils, or you can get like a fragrance oil. For instance, I bought this from saveonsets.com, even though the shipping to Israel was like 80 shekels, but this was totally worth it. And this is basically China Rain, okay? And China Rain is a smell that wipes all the nasty things. So and it smells beautiful. It smells like musky and floral and amazing. And you can use that as an observance to Oya. You can use that to enchant it for Oya and use it in all your Oya stuff. Okay, you don't have to do either infusion or essential oil mix. You have like a world of possibilities out there. So those are my choices basically. If I can get the essential oil, if I can get the infusion oil, this is my first choice. Then the essential oil, and in the third, fragrance oil. Thank you for listening and have a nice day. Bye bye.